Let's continue with the Elias Makos Show now and take a look at a story out of Quebec politics. Now, more women than ever are breaking the glass ceiling and entering Quebec politics. According to the provincial government, 46.4% of politicians elected in the 2022 election were women. So 58 out of the 125 members of the National Assembly elected in the last election were women. That's a jump of 16% since 2005. And locally, St. Laurent Borough Councillor Vana Nazarian knows all too well the challenges female lawmakers can face in the halls of power. Let's go to her now. Vana Nazarian joins us on the line, a councillor in the Côte-de-Liesse district of the St. Laurent Borough. Vana, welcome to the program.
Hi, Mr. Makos. How are you?
I'm doing great. You've got an exceptional story here because in 2021, in the last municipal election, you campaigned while pregnant and you gave birth to your third child 2 days before the election. What was that experience like? Well,
now that I think back, I think it was pretty crazy to do that, but I don't regret any of it. Elections is one thing, but getting elected afterwards, the actual job is really exciting, and it's something that I wanted to be part of. Obviously, challenges are there, whether during the elections. I knew that I couldn't take things lightly, so I had to do all my door-to-doors, but I also had to think differently logistically. And now, as an elected official for since 2021, I think that's the main challenge: is how to think things through differently, logistically, to make it all happen.
So what do you think is happening in Quebec here, where we are seeing more women enter politics and be successful at getting elected? I said the provincial numbers before, so it's over 46% of members of the National Assembly are women. Ontario, by the way, they went backwards in their last election. They're down now to 39%. So what do you think's happening in Quebec that is making us a little bit more successful in this realm than other areas?
Well, I think that we have to think the presence of women opens up the conversation. I think it changes up the conversation and gives different considerations to the way things are done or have been done. For example, I put a motion in May of the past year asking the administration in Montreal to change the council hours. For years, I have several of my colleagues, whether parents or caregivers, who used to end council at 10, sometimes 11 p.m. So by the time they got home, it was midnight, and then they had to work some more to prepare the next day's council. Mm-hmm. So I think the idea here is not so much changing hours as we were proposing. And what we were proposing actually was to start earlier, for instance, at 9 o'clock on a Monday instead of 1 o'clock, and to end a little earlier. So it would be more, a fitting schedule for someone to be able to go home, for a mother like me to go breastfeed my kids in time, for bedtime. But but
let's talk about that challenge here, right? Because I totally can imagine I'd want that flexibility, right? And then you also have the sort of rigidity of politics, right? And That's meetings and council meetings and then committee meetings, right? So how do you get to the right balance between the work that must be done to run a city and run a borough versus the work that you have as a mother, as a parent?
Well, listen, in my case, I think it's doable because I have a good support system. And right now, that's something that is necessary. And I think that any of my colleagues would tell you the same thing. A good support system, family members who try to help you out in your day-to-day logistics. But for the rest, I think it's trying to put things in place to have the winning conditions. If we want women to be more present in politics, but not only women, we want more young people to be involved. We want generally, municipal politics, we have the lowest rate of participation in the voting. I think if we want people to be involved, to be interested in this level of government, and which, by the way, is the level of government that impacts your day-to-day life as much as possible. I mean, your tree fell, your water is broken, your streets, you name it. This is the level of government of proximity that touches your day-to-day. So I think it's putting the winning environment, the structure for people to get involved and to thrive.
We're with Vana Nazarian, councillor for Côte-de-Liesse in the Saint Laurent borough. Vana, over half of the city's elected members are female. So you've got the numbers. Just get these votes out. Pass all the flexibility you want. You've got the majority. Can't you pass? Can't you make things better?
I mean, we're working on it. I think there's been some progress that has been made in the past years. For instance, 2013, there was the financial penalties that were lifted when you used to, for women who had children or who had to take care of a child, to not be penalized financially when they had to miss a council, for instance. And there's all sorts of little changes, progress that has been made. Now, the question remains, can it be better? Can we do things differently? I had colleagues who used to care for elderly parents, and they're not women necessarily, but they used to do it for years. Now, can these people have better environments? And it comes to that question. It's not only for women. It changes up the conversation, the women's presence. It gives us new perspectives and new considerations, but I think it touches everyone. We have young fathers who are more involved in familial life with kids. So I think this is something that touches everyone. I mean, society has been evolving, and it's only natural that we evolve as well.
One last thing, Vana, that I want to touch upon, because we do hear that women politicians have it worse when it comes to the types of comments that they'll get on social media and some of the sort of nasty tone that politicians can get from residents here. What have you seen? What's been your experience there, and does anything need to be done on that end to make politics more palatable for women?
I think that people have to realize that politicians are real people, and not just, faces. Yes, we put our faces on postcards, on posters, but I don't think that on a day-to-day basis, the challenges are huge, the responsibility is huge, and you have to remember that not everything can be perfect. We do our best to make the correct decisions with the given information we have. Not everything can be perfect, but the important thing is that do your elected officials have the correct vision and come to talk to us at the end of the day. I mean, it's all about the conversation we're having. If we made a decision and it's not necessarily to your liking, can we make things better? And I think that's what we have to focus on.
It's amazing the difference between anonymous interaction and then when you talk to someone face to face. Vana, right. We have to leave it there. I want to thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
That is Vana Nazarian, councillor for Côte-de-Liesse in the Saint Laurent borough.